Pastel is a great medium for its versatility. You can paint it on several supports and do a lot of different things with it. The reason I really like it is because you can use it with an underpainting of watercolour or acrylic. You can rub it off or brush it off, you can wet it and start working again. There's all sorts of things you can do with it. It really is a marvellous medium for experimenting and sort of messing about. And at the end, you might get a really interesting painting, or you might just not. It doesn't really matter. It's the sort of experimentation with the medium that's important. I've had a good look at it, and I think it needs pulling together a bit. And one of the ways I do this is actually by dropping pure water over some of the pastel, which has the effect of turning the pastel back into a sort of solid pigment, rather like gouache really, but it does tend to knit the whole thing together. One of the problems with pastel is, certainly I find, is that it can become a little bit disjointed, probably because you're trying to mix the colours to a certain extent on the paper or the support, rather than sort of mixing them in the palette. So by doing this, it just knocks everything back a few tones, which very often has the effect of pulling the thing together. Quite like this, it's quite effective, just picking out certain shapes and drawing round them. Not drawing round them completely, but leaving sort of lost and found edges. Just sort of doing really what takes your fancy. But I think it's got to quite an interesting stage now, so I don't do many still lifes, so it's quite an adventure really. Well, as you can see, I've completed all the watercolour washes, and it was a very exciting process in doing that. And I've got some nice fluid washes now, and the next stage is to start putting the pastel on. So here we go. Just select a few colours from the various boxes and start the process. I think we can get some little touches of colour in, maybe in this shop awning. It's a lovely colour. Just putting that in again with the side of the pastel. Well, I think that's about it really. I could go on and do more. The great thing about pastel is I can come back again and look at that tomorrow and perhaps find something else to do on it. But for the moment, I think that's enough. It's just a question really of working in an experimental way, trying different techniques and seeing what happens. If you adopt this approach, it can be an extremely rewarding and exciting way of working. So have a go.